J.K. Rowling intricately weaved alchemical principles into the narrative of the Harry Potter series. That's why it's a very inspiring story that captured millions of people, and it's still doing so. Harry Potter's synthesis of magical fiction and esoteric wisdom offers a profound journey through the stages of the alchemical magnum opus, guiding the characters and, by extension, the audience toward self-discovery and spiritual illumination. In this video, we will explore how each book in the Harry Potter series corresponds to a specific stage of the alchemical process. But before we do that, let's talk a little bit about how J.K. Rowling uses alchemical concepts in the story. J.K. Rowling once said, "I've never wanted to be a witch, but an alchemist. Now that's a different matter. To invent this wizard world, I've learned a ridiculous amount about alchemy in order to set the parameters and establish the story's internal logic." At the heart of the Harry Potter series lies the Philosopher's Stone, a legendary substance in alchemy that promises to grant immortality and transform base metals into gold. Just as alchemy seeks to transmute the ordinary into the extraordinary, the journey of Harry Potter mirrors the alchemical process in profound ways. His initial life, rooted in the mundane and filled with challenges, bears resemblance to the raw material that alchemy aims to transmute. As Harry embarks on his path of self-discovery, he undergoes a transformative journey akin to the alchemical transmutation. In the alchemical tradition, the Philosopher's Stone is a symbol of spiritual enlightenment and inner transformation. Harry's existence itself becomes a living allegory of this concept. Harry embodies this idea as the living Philosopher's Stone. His victories over adversity, unwavering courage, and capacity for love exemplify the transformative qualities associated with the stone. Through his experiences, readers witness the evolution of a young boy into a symbol of spiritual strength and enlightenment. Moreover, the concept of transmutation finds a parallel in Harry's growth. His gradual maturation and development mirror the alchemical process of purifying base materials into something precious. This transformation extends beyond personal growth to encompass his relationships, particularly those with Ron and Hermione. Symbolizing the earthly and intellectual aspects of the alchemical journey, Ron and Hermione contribute to Harry's holistic development. The character Voldemort embodies the alchemical concept of the higher self, distorted by ego and sin. Voldemort's pursuit of power and immortality reflects the misguided path of an individual consumed by his lower self. The creation of Horcruxes, which are fragments of his soul hidden in objects, becomes a symbol of the alchemical chains binding humanity to the lower self. Voldemort's obsession with preserving his existence at any cost parallels the alchemical struggle against the ego's dominance. In contrast, Harry's mission to destroy the Horcruxes reflects the alchemical quest for liberation from the ego's grip. Just as alchemists sought to separate the impurities from the prima materia, Harry endeavors to free his own essence from the tainted fragments of Voldemort's soul. His journey becomes one of purging the self of impurities and ego-driven desires. Before we see how the alchemical stages correspond to the 7 books of the series, let's talk about what the main characters represent. Harry Potter. Harry embodies the journey of transformation that is central to alchemy. His life's progression mirrors the stages of the alchemical process. His upbringing with the Dursleys parallels the prima materia, the raw and unrefined state of an alchemical substance. As he learns about his magical heritage and faces various challenges, he undergoes a process of purification and refinement, akin to the alchemical process of purifying base materials. Hermione Granger. Hermione's insatiable thirst for knowledge and logical thinking align with the alchemical pursuit of wisdom and understanding. Just as alchemists seek to unravel the mysteries of the universe, Hermione seeks to uncover the secrets of magic and history. Her role as an intellectual and researcher mirrors the alchemical quest for enlightenment and the acquisition of wisdom. Ron Weasley. Ron embodies the earthly and grounded aspects of the alchemical journey. His loyalty, practicality, and connection to family and tradition reflect the foundational qualities represented by the prima materia. Albus Dumbledore. Dumbledore functions as the wise alchemical mentor who guides Harry through his journey. His deep knowledge of magic, life, and human nature align with the wisdom of the alchemical master. Dumbledore's guidance and insights parallel the spiritual teachings imparted by alchemists to their apprentices, leading them through the stages of transformation. Lord Voldemort. Voldemort embodies the alchemical concept of the distorted and ego-driven self. His pursuit of power, immortality, and dominance reflects the alchemical struggle against the lower self and the negative aspects of human nature. The creation of Horcruxes symbolizes the ego's attachment to material desires and the fragmentation of the soul, illustrating the dangers of spiritual stagnation and separation from the higher self. Severus Snape. Snape's character represents the alchemical negrito, the initial stage of inner darkness and turmoil. His complex and conflicted nature reflects the alchemical process of confronting and transmuting the shadow self. Snape's journey from a seemingly negative figure to a redemptive and self-sacrificing one mirrors the alchemical transformation from darkness to enlightenment. Rubeus Hagrid. Hagrid functions as the gatekeeper who introduces seekers to the path. He guides Harry and others toward their destinies and represents the pivotal role of guidance and protection. Lily Potter. Lily symbolizes the divine spark within the heart. Her presence signifies the pure and eternal essence that alchemists seek to awaken. James Potter. James embodies the longing for God, the first step of the alchemical journey. His presence signifies the initial awakening of the seeker's spiritual yearning. Sirius Black. Sirius symbolizes the living plan of God. His guidance and wisdom reflect the divine plan that guides the seeker's journey of transformation. Draco Malfoy. Draco symbolizes the serpent fire in the spinal cord, associated with Kundalini energy in Eastern mysticism. His journey highlights the challenges and dangers of navigating spiritual energies. Lucius Malfoy. Lucius embodies the brain and its feeling of superiority, representing the intellectual ego. His transformation underscores the need to transcend ego-driven desires. Dobby. Dobby symbolizes the liberated etheric body, representing the freedom that comes with spiritual transformation. As we already established, each installment of the Harry Potter series aligns with a distinct step in the alchemical process of creating the great work, the magnum opus. From the inception with the Philosopher's Stone, representing the initial stages of transformation, to the culmination with the Deathly Hallows, which signifies the attainment of spiritual enlightenment, the series mirrors the sequential stages of alchemical transmutation. Now, let's talk about those steps. Part 1. The Philosopher's Stone corresponds to calcination. In alchemical terms, calcination involves subjecting a substance to intense heat until it turns to ashes. In the Philosopher's Stone, Harry's entrance into the magical world represents his initiation into a higher realm of consciousness. Similarly, the concept of the Philosopher's Stone symbolizes the search for spiritual enlightenment. The stone's creation requires the dissolution of the base material, paralleling Harry's journey of self-discovery and transformation. Just as the stone grants immortality, Harry's quest for identity and purpose leads him to discover his immortal, divine essence. Part 2. The Chamber of Secrets corresponds to dissolution. Dissolution in alchemy signifies the breaking down of a material into its fundamental components. Harry's encounter with the Chamber of Secrets mirrors this stage as he confronts his fears and delves into the depths of his unconscious. The Chamber's monster, a snake associated with renewal and transformation in mythology, reflects Harry's need to face the darker aspects of his psyche. This process of confronting and integrating the shadow self aligns with the alchemical goal of unifying opposites to achieve inner harmony. Part 3. The Prisoner of Azkaban corresponds to separation. The third book explores themes of time and separation, mirroring the alchemical stage of separation. Harry's journey involves untangling the web of his past and confronting his fear of abandonment. Time travel, a central element in this story, symbolizes the ability to revisit past experiences and emotions, allowing for healing and growth. Just as alchemical separation involves extracting the pure from the impure, Harry separates truth from deception, freeing himself from the emotional burdens of the past. Part 4. The Goblet of Fire corresponds to conjunction. Conjunction is the merging of opposites to create a unified whole, and this concept is embodied in the Triwizard Tournament. The tournament's challenges reflect the integration of different elements and skills. As Harry navigates trials involving water, fire, and a maze, he symbolically combines his attributes to conquer adversity. The revelation of Voldemort's return reinforces the idea of opposing forces coming together, setting the stage for a final confrontation between light and darkness. Part 5. The Order of the Phoenix corresponds to fermentation. Fermentation is the process of transformation and spiritual growth. This part sees Harry facing emotional turmoil and inner conflicts, representing the fermenting of his character. The rise of Voldemort's power corresponds to the escalating inner struggles Harry faces. The formation of Dumbledore's army illustrates the alchemical principle of cooperation and unity in the face of adversity. Harry's growing leadership skills and his ability to channel his emotions toward a higher purpose reflect the transformative power of fermentation. Part 6. The Half-Blood Prince corresponds to distillation. Distillation involves purifying a substance through vaporation and condensation. In this book, the characters distill knowledge and insights, revealing Voldemort's Horcruxes and past. The potion-making lessons serve as a metaphor for distillation, where precise actions and understanding lead to the extraction of essential truths. Just as distillation refines the substance, Harry's search for Horcruxes purifies his intentions, preparing him for the ultimate confrontation with Voldemort. And finally, Part 7. The Deathly Hallows corresponds to coagulation. Coagulation represents the culmination of the alchemical journey, a solidification of spiritual understanding and transformation. Harry's mission to destroy Horcruxes and Voldemort's final defeat symbolize the coagulation of his journey. The Deathly Hallows, Elder Wand, Resurrection Stone, and Invisibility Cloak represent the integration of body, soul, and spirit. Harry's self-sacrifice and resurrection embody the alchemical process of dying to the old self and being reborn in a higher state of consciousness. So, what do you think of the Harry Potter story now that you know the alchemical symbolism behind it? Let us know what you think in the comments section below. Support our channel if you liked the video.